If you want to convict somebody, you must do it legally. It's almost like you can't, two wrongs don't make a right. And to ask that you waive it, waive my wrongs because that person is wrong, is the most kindergarten response and absurdity in the law. A lack of respect for what we as Jamaicans decided to do to protect. Somebody said, Isa, what does your peers mean? Is it race and status considered? Alright, so if Queenie was here, in Jamaica, everybody bad, poor. Your peers is everybody. We drive on the same road from the same road as you. If you're a Jamaican, you are my peers. Whether you're out of many, one is your peers. The thing is, you have to identify discrimination. You have, and remember, you know, there are a lot of broken people in society. A lot of broken people. So what we're faced with now is the judge ultimately could not discharge the poison. And that is what we were talking about today. Having a poison. So you ever buy grapes? Or you ever buy a bag of fruits, a bag of orange, and one of them spoil, and it rests on the next one, it makes the next one rotten. And that's why them say, rotten grapes spoil the whole bunch. The same thing. Anything rotten, you put something rotten around things fresh, it contaminates it. And if you leave a rotten grape in a bag of grapes and you leave it, it ferments, and then after it rotten and all of that, the drunken people them turn it in a wine and then them drink and drunk. And then when them drunk, them get them 30 pieces of silver and then them turn Judas. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. You get the point. I don't have to get too much into that. Save on to say that you must know, would you want, it's almost like this. Jamaica have a scamming problem. Would you want a scammer upon your jewelry? Would you want that? Knowing it? Or it's almost like this. Let me show you this new standard. Let me give you the new standard because I want you to appreciate this. Uno no say 6 people in a parliament corrupt. Corrupt. Uno don't know them name. Uno really alright with that? Because that's what happened. That is exactly what happened. And the court sanctioned that. So that is why in the Jamaican space, certain things don't matter. Represent the 12 jurors who are juror of your peers. That is the key thing about it. The 12 disciples represent the 12 jurors of your peers. So it tells you that in the disciples, at least one of them are going to sell out. At least one will sell out. And so what it is the most important thing is that you must get a fair trial because it's you. So when you hear things that talk about, I waive it and I took the gamble. Took the gamble with my life. You took a gamble with my life and you're asking the apex court to respect that you are a gambler. Guys, if you gamble with my life, you will gamble for 30 pieces of silver. Anybody will tell me say them a gambler, them no, me no want them around my money because it look like a SSL you come from. And if you declare yourself a gambler, you should resign from your position. How you think about that? It sounds wrong. And so, here we have a poison that was allowed to stay and fester. And if you know anything about people, just put them in a room and poison them. And you see the result of that. That's it, you know. That's it. But I digress. I'm not here to speak about politics. I'm here to speak about context matters and to be careful about the words that you use because they can be emotive. Yes? Never in common law and not in my lifetime has there ever been a poison placed on a jury, a corrupted person that we know are corrupted, like 6 people in parliament that we know are accused of corruption and are allowed to stay there by process and procedure? Never has that happened when it comes to a man's liberty. A man's liberty is at stake, and corruption is what was used to send the 4 men to prison. You see how Jamaica corrupted? Corruption was sanctioned, and you witness it for 2 days. They beg for corruption to be certified. Corruption, you know. They took corruption out of Jamaica and brought it to the streets of England and walked into the apex courts of our land and said, these are our submission. Corruption can be allowed to stand. We turn a blind eye to it because that is what we want. That's what we want for our nation, to be allowed to let corruption stand in pockets, and even when we know, provided in a particular situation, people we don't like, people from a certain area, we can deal with them, and we should have that power. If that is not dangerous, I don't know what danger is. If that is not concerning, I don't know what it is. We're going to talk about the jury. We're going to talk about ideal, because sometimes some people test your spirit, you know, and you have to sit down and say, more time you have to say, yo, man, do something, you know. But then you think, I can't go lay down to the people them dog kennel. It's not like America, where they actually have, you know, prison conditions that are conducive in the federal space. Or it's not like Denmark or spaces where actual white people live and they have to make sure say they don't breach human rights. But the conditions is not in a place where you would have to respect yourself. So you don't even want to thief a mango because they're going to treat you like you did commit a murder. You don't want to lose your conscience. And the thing about it is, that's one aspect of it, because if you put it in context, there are people who say, yo, this are me and this are what me I gotta do no matter what. And so these things aren't deterrents of crime, and these are the conversations that we have to have. But to have these conversations, the system must be a working system without the possibility of cracks in the system that would allow the common man, and when I say common, I'm not talking common like common foul, but the man, a simpleton, a man who say, I don't want much, you know, I just want to do my 9 to 5. I just want to work my $13,000 a week, and I just want, when Friday come, I just go in on my KFC line and get myself a meal deal, because I can't even afford a big deal. So 1 piece of chicken for me, and the thigh or the breast for the daughter, because she can't cook. Now yam for her man anyway, because I don't want her poison me. Them kind of things there. So for the simpleton to look on, and when he looks on, he says, you know, that you don't want nobody take away from your simple life. And you look on and him say, boy, because the country me live in, it's a place where I know, say, if I work hard and I do my best, I will have pride and joy, and I can have hopes and dreams. And if I miss the boat, my kids will probably make me proud one day. Because that's what happened. Bob Marley mother have 9 kids. Bolt mother have 9 kids. If that and look what came from that. Do I need to talk about the Jacksons and Serena Williams and her sister them? And the Tony Braxtons? Whole heap of picnic. You must get a star when you have whole heap of picnic. So then the nurse lady would not say, oh, the Jamaican people them stop have picnic. Because he was busy procreating, he probably wouldn't be out there committing crimes. But I digress. I don't know. Maybe I'm no authority for that. But the point I'm making is, in the context, and because I know people like to cut up and snip up, so let me make something clear. speculate